Hey everybody, welcome back to another video today. Today I just want to be going over this product research method I've been using to find $100,000 a month products. I'm not even kidding you, I found some really good ideas using this. I feel like a lot of people don't do this, and it makes sense because we're all taught like one way, all of us, Helium 10, which is great. I love Helium 10, love it a ton. But been using this way and finding opportunities in it, and I'm super excited to show you. So without further ado, like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. By the way, before we start, 1% of people make over 100K in revenue to 250K. Just a fun fact for today, on as third-party sellers, and then 1% make 250,000 to 500,000. Definitely a good amount of people. So for today, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go into Amazon bestsellers, and this is kind of like an old-fashioned way that a lot of people don't do. A lot of people look for filters on Helium 10, and they're looking for a specific criteria that they want, low reviews, high revenue, you get the whole gist. But a lot of people are doing this completely wrong, and what I'm about to show you is just what has made me find things. And it's just so old school, because when you find products that you've never heard of, it puts you in a rabbit hole of areas of opportunity. So for example, when I'm in the Amazon bestsellers right here, kind of what I'm looking for are markets where the customer is willing to spend more. So an enthusiast customer. So that's what essentially I'm thinking of when I'm looking at these categories. So as soon as I find an opportunity, what I do then is I have many ways of confirming that it's actually a great product to sell. One, I go in Opportunity Explorer and I put in the search term that we're looking for and that we're searching, that we found. And I look into the conversion rate. So if I was to type in, let's say, candle wax, I've used this example so many times at this point, but you have the ability to essentially look into what the market conversion rate is, right? Which is really helpful because some markets on Amazon, people are just searching. Like this one only has a 2% conversion rate, candle wax in general. So it's all about finding a market, in my eyes, with at least over a 6%, because you could improve and have a brand that can be 10 to 15% if you're just better. So very important to look at this metric first. And then the next one I like to look at is the amount of search volume in the market to make sure it's good, as well as the suggested PPC bid after that. So that will be my steps we will take today. But without further ado, I'm just going to kind of go into trying to find a market for us to deep dive into. So we're in patio, lawn, and garden right now, and I'm kind of, when I do this, I just look into areas that I've never learned about too much, like subcategories that I don't know many products about, right? Because if we're just going into areas we already kind of know what we're looking into, it's not going to provide too much productivity for us. We're kind of just falling into a trap that we already, you get it. We can go grills and outdoor cooking, though that's seasonal. I'm just looking for an old, boring market with the customers willing to spend more and those criteria I mentioned, and it should be a good market to sell in. Well, this looks really interesting. I don't know what this is. Even though it's a low price product too, what's kind of cool is you could create a really cool brand and probably do $5 to $7 higher and probably get this for $1. So let's see what this is in general. So it's a cast iron conditioner. See, like, this is what's so cool about this, guys, is I learned about these types of products very quickly just from using this strategy alone. Like, there's a lot of products I've seen before, but this one isn't one I've seen, and this is how you do it, So when we go cast iron conditioner, our next criteria is to hopefully it's above 5 or 6% in search conversion. I don't expect it to be. I feel like people are just kind of looking and figuring out what they even want on this one. So you could see cast iron seasoning. Okay, wrong search term. I guess that's our search term is seasoning, but we'll have to figure this out So a way to figure out kind of what our search term is too is what we can do is we go in Cerebro and essentially we just grab the ASIN and we can go 1 through 10. And we may not find a product today, but I want to just teach you guys how to find these amazing markets to go into. So you can use the same exact methodology I'm using to find it. So we'll go organic rank 1 to 11. This is how we figure out what they're ranked for to figure out the main search term that they're using. Essentially what I did is I plugged in their ASIN, they're attached to their product, and then I did 1 to 11 what they're organically ranked for in search terms, and then I'm able to really figure that out. So it looks like there's a lot of branded search terms for this. Holy cow, they are a dominant. Yeah, they dominate this area. With how much branded search volume this has, it's already a no for me because it's taking up the majority of the search volume. So anytime that happens, I'm on to the next. So let's go down more and see what else we can find. So I couldn't find anything in this category, so what I do next is I find another subcategory that I don't know much about. And it's kind of just a rinse and repeat process until I find an interesting opportunity. And this can even take, guys, this can even take a very long time to figure out. Because of how long this process is, we may not find something like I said, but this is essentially like the strategy I've always been using. So I'm giving to you guys for absolutely free on this. I'm seeing a lot of things that I've seen before. So what I do now is I'm going to go back to patio, lawn, and garden. Well, let me actually just look at this real quick. Sometimes I just look at this stuff, the subcategories, and I just see if there's anything I don't know of. What the heck is this? Goat dewormer. If anybody's ever heard of this, let me know in the chat, but this is something. If anybody's ever heard of this, let me know in the comments. Goat dewormer. Okay. So let's figure out what these guys are ranked for, and then we'll do some research. So now, like I said, we're figuring out what these search terms these guys are ranking for. To figure out the main one, then we're going to do some research on it, that keyword, to see if it's actually profitable or not. Goat dewormer. I still have never seen that before, and this is my whole point of, wow, okay, these guys are really ranking for not that big of a search term. But why is there nobody doing this? Okay, goat balancer. You see, guys, how this all old branding on this page? That's a huge plus for me. All of this is old 2000s branding, and it's horrible. So I think I could find something for goats possibly in this market. So maybe goat mineral could be cool. Goat mineral, I like that actually. Let's figure out now how much search volume that has. Okay, 1300. Sometimes I just type it in and it'll show me, but so now that we have goat mineral, I imagine this probably doesn't have the greatest search conversion rate, because the customer is probably trying to figure out exactly what they want. Holy cow, it's actually really good, 10% conversion rate. And that means I can also create something that can be 15%. Don't take this as this is what you're gonna do, because we saw into this market and they're horrible listings, all old. And if we create something amazing, we could definitely do 15 to 20%. Never take this as this is what you're gonna do. This is essentially my lesson to you. So now let's see what our suggested PPC rank is. Like how much we'll spend per click to get an order. Looks like for goat, so there's a lot of different ones. There's goat medicine. My bad for the noise, guys, by the way. I currently have somebody over right now cleaning. So it might be too small of a market, but it seems like the PPC is decent. I don't like to see $1.90, but like definitely kind of a growing market it could be. Here's the thing. If somebody is able to make 2,000 orders off of this, then clearly there is opportunity. Though the search volume isn't good, people are making 2,000 orders off of it, so clearly there's opportunity in my eyes. Let's see how much revenue these guys are making. It's crazy because there's really not much competition, and kind of an enthusiast customer is willing to spend more because they care about their goats, and a very, very animal oriented person. It's always a great customer. Well, that's weird. It's not even giving me revenue for this. So the only red flag I see of this market is how there's not enough search volume. If there was just like 10,000 more or 8,000 more, I would be really into this. But this market really interests me, honestly. Like there's definitely some opportunity, but that could be fine for today, honestly. Um, as long as I taught you guys these main criterias of what I look for, you guys can find a market. It will just take time, and that's the main thing of it. Um, so this is my process though of finding markets, and I just thought I'd be fully transparent with you guys and what I do to find markets and enthusiast customers and try to find specific brands to launch. If you liked today's video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe. I just want to bring the most transparency to Amazon FBA and that whole community, because people are just kind of not taught the right way in our world today. So if you like the content, like and subscribe. I appreciate you, and have an amazing day.